Hello, Galaxy! I'm Chris Pirillo. I don't know if you can see me behind the Pixelbook. It's kind of a big box when you look at it this way. This way, not so much. It's very thin. Big, thin. So it's big and thin. Big-ish, thin-ish. Thank you for joining me live for this unboxing of the Google Pixelbook, a Chromebook. My first Chromebook in a number of years. Also, the monolith in a box. The Pixelbook pen, a Google pen. You can use it to circle things on the Pixelbook screen and then Google the things that you circle on the screen. Yeah, it's better than just pointing at something saying, search for that. That doesn't really work right now. Years from now, it might work. Tony Yoon comes in with the first super chat. He says, lick the Pixelbook. Not for that amount, Tony. I will pet the Pixelbook box, though, for that. Thank you, Tony, for your undying support. I do appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us live. If you haven't figured it out by now, it is live at the time that we're streaming this, obviously. After the fact, it's no longer live, but you're still able to watch it. You can super chat while we're doing this live. You can also join us in Discord chat 24/7. We have quite a community here, and as I said, you're more than welcome to join it. I apologize for the tooltip there. It kind of pops up every now and again. How much to get you to lick the Pixelbook axes? Omnipotent. I can't remember. What was it? What was it for me licking the Pixel? I can't remember what it was. If you can find that and match that, that's exactly how we're going to do it. I did have the device fund set up. Go.tagjag.com/device-fund. We made it as far as pretty much covering the Pixel 2 XL right here. Not so much for the Pixelbook, so I will have to lick it a lot, is what I'm saying. Thank you for your support in whatever way you see fit to give it, including my patrons, courtesy of patreon.com/Chris Pirillo. They can join Discord chat. Also, my subs from subs.twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo. That's also how you can join Discord chat. Steve Bito comes in with another super chat saying, hi, Chris, I'm a fan going back to the Tech TV Call for Help days. Man, I didn't think any of you guys were still around. Seriously, that was like a lifetime ago. I totally left my unboxing tool over here. It's very fancy. I can't hurt myself with it. Ow, ow. Okay, maybe I won't bleed with this unless I really stab myself, you know, in such a way, which I'm not going to do. I'm just pretending, by the way. I'm not really stabbing myself there. You should never do that, really, with any kind of sharp or blunt instrument, honestly. On the back of the Pixelbook box, it says it turns heads. So what do you think? Are your heads turned? The answer should be no if you're an individual, because you only have one head, unless you do have two heads, at which point I would say, wow, cool, Fode Bead is watching the live stream. So I'm going to look for the best place to slice into this, and I'm not sure if I have an answer to that question. Okay. There's really no entry point, per se. We do have this edge. I'm going to try slicing into that. I'm going to hold on to the box, naturally, because I don't think I'm going to hold on to the device forever. Devices, hardware in general, gadgets in general, lose their value quickly. The device that you're using right now to watch this particular live video feed, even after it's live, it's going to be relatively worthless in a few years' time. I mean, it may still work, certainly, but it will lose value. That's what technology does. And other people can find value in it, and then you can sell your old devices. I really haven't found a perfect place to do all that, because I have a few of those types of devices I need to unload. All right, let's go ahead and lift with your arms, not your back. It's a big deal. Ivan Garcia, Super Chatter. That's your new handle, Ivan Garcia, Super Chatter. Remember, I don't want to strain my back in lifting this. It's not exactly, it's not intuitive to lift, honestly. You kind of got to jam your lack of fingernails into the sides in order to get in there. There we go. I've got it angled. Box fart? No, we have a box thud. There's a white box, and behind it sits a white man who obviously is not as white as the box. I like the box design. It's very clean. I also like the Chromebook design. This Chromebook design, it's also very clean. They do give you a tab to continue with the unboxing. You can pull tab. So I'm pulling the tab there. Now I'm going to lift it out. It's got some weight to it. I mean, it's lightweight-ish, but this is kind of like a laptop kind of thing, but also a tablet. Not super lightweight, as you would expect from a regular old tablet. It does have a keyboard, and it's got some beefy innards, too. What we have here is a Let's Get Started instruction booklet with an I there. See, you thought that only Apple products had I. No. See, other products also have I. Shh, Google, don't tell Apple about this. They might get upset. That I is probably short for information. I am probably just short. We have the USB Type-C cable. Both ends. C is for cable. That's good enough for me. Then we also have this power brick, capable of charging not just the Pixelbook, but also the Pixel product itself. The miniature, the Pixelbook Mini. Can we call the Pixel 2 XL a Pixelbook Mini? I just did. So I can use it for more than just one device, which I really like. I don't know where this is going to go yet. I don't know where I'm going to effectively, charge this up, but I have a feeling I'm going to somehow connect it somewhere over here, because I'll not only be needing to charge the Pixelbook outright, but inevitably it'll be nice to have a cable always connected to be able to charge the Pixel 2 XL. I used it a pretty hefty amount today, the Pixel 2 XL. I didn't go all the way down to 0. I think I went like to 40 before I realized I should probably plug it in, because I have a few other things I'd like to do. Adam Hyatt says, with the super chat, we are still around. I watched when it was ZDTV. Lol. I was never on ZDTV. Wait, was I with the webcam chat? I don't know. I think it was always with the Tech TV. That's always when I was there. I keep feeling for another layer of plastic, but I can't feel it. This is a nice little brick, a nice block. No grounding. It's not grounded. Let's see here. Does it have anything else on it? The information, yeah. You can barely read it. They make it so light. You can't read it. I know you can't read it. I don't know what that is, but ew, God, why would you disgust everybody with that in this video? That's ew. What did you? Don't just pretend you didn't see that, everybody. Sorry about that. Can we get that off the screen? Can we get that off the screen? Thank you, because the topic is not that at all. We have the Pixelbook to cover. All right. There's nothing else in the box, by the way, in case you were wondering. Like, what else is in the box? Nothing else is in the box. We have, wrapped up in cellophane, the plastic Pixelbook. Ooh, wow, that front, it's slick. Like, it started sliding out of my hands. There's some grippies on the bottom. That is the official word. I don't know if you knew that, but it's true that the grippies are really right here to grip onto the table, hold onto the table, and now I can't move it around. Let me see here. Techspert says, dude, thank you for making my love for tech feel less isolating when I was younger. I'm now a very happy Linux engineer and damn happy. Well, that's awesome. I may need some help at some point in the future, Mr. Linux engineer. You never know. The kind of help I need, I seem to be able to get. All right, so then we've got, okay, the Pixelbook. I'm just lifting it up for the first time and letting you see it. I'm doing it this way so that you can see that it doesn't exactly lift up. There's not enough weight on the bottom. You really have to have two hands in order to lift it up all the way. David Cicione says, Chris, I was on your call for help show. Dave's iPack. Oh, man! I remember the iPack. Oh, Pocket PC. I just spit all over my screen. You made me drool. Thanks, David. That's just great, Dave. Well, it's been inaugurated, I guess. So here we have the Pixelbook. And, it's interesting. This rubbery silicone here feels nice. So it feels really nice. My concern is that this is going to collect grime. I saw that at a distance. I'm like, I only heard one reviewer call it out because they've only used these devices. Dang, dude, this is thin. I'll tell you what, this is thin. I mean, when you're holding it like this and you lift it for the first time, it almost seems heavy. But then when you're actually looking at it with the keyboard and everything, it's very thin. Dude, you gotta understand, I've never had like one of these types of Ultrabooks, if you'd called it an Ultrabook. Wow. And of course, what's nice about this particular, don't try that with any other computer, really. Jason Castro says, you know you want the Notchpad Pro when it comes. I think not, but thank you for the super chat. Abraham Gillen comes in with a super chat. No question or comment, though. But you can put it into temp mode. And so you can do this. If you ever want to use it in temp mode, see? Look, if I wanted to just type, do nothing but type, you could do it. That's how you do it. You don't have to look at the screen. You can just type and then wonder what you're doing on the other side. It's really cool how they thought of everything there. I mean, you try doing that with your laptop if it can't bend over backwards. That's obviously not how you would use it. You would use it like this. It becomes its own stand. You can angle it perfectly. And I like that. That's a nice mode. Although I don't know which mode I'd be inclined to use on a regular basis. Whether it be kind of this temp mode. I don't think it's going to be the tablet mode. I don't really use tablet mode all that often. This is pretty bulky to hold on to. I suppose if I was in bed reading my comics. Oh, I already smudged the screen. Dang it! No! Come on, man! Oh, we got another super chat. Oh, Abraham couldn't figure out how to shut off the... What did he forget to shut off? I missed it. Lick the Pixelbook Fun comes Chirag Bodkar. He became a patron today, by the way. Chirag, you can make sure to join us in Discord chat. You became a patron. Very, very happy. After all these years is what you typed. Couldn't figure out how to shut off the screen in tablet mode. Really? How do you shut off the screen? Now you got me wondering, am I going to be able to figure it out? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be converting it back and forth all that often. I'm also not inclined to use it. It's got not a large footprint on the desk, but I'm inclined not to use it with the keyboard outright 90% of the time. I'd probably just use it here, primarily in some kind of tablet mode, as that's kind of how I use the iPad in general as a tablet, using the keyboard if I need to key things in, but it would also kind of allow me to have more usable space here, rather than looking like I'm nerding out with two laptops side by side. The Last Sith asks, are the bezels big in person? Hang on, let me check. Give me a second. Oh, I just put my nose grease on the screen. You guys, come on. Why are you making me do this to my devices, man? My nose grease is just going to wear a hole in that thing. All right, let's see here. I wonder how much juice I have. Okay, speaking of power, is this the power button? I press and hold. That had to have been the power button. I probably need to read the instructions, huh? It should at least have some kind of juice, because I don't see any other kind of button. That would have to be the power button, no? Maybe? I think that's the volume rocker switch. Do I press the G button? Do I press the assistant button? Do I really need to read the instructions? Is it that intuitive? I don't even see any markings next to that button, but usually, like, you press and hold. Usually. Hang on. I really genuinely I don't know if that's the power button. There we go. Going back to the iSlip. Let's get started. Fine. Oh, plug your Pixelbook into charge. Open your Pixelbook to turn it on. Oh, there is no power button then. Wait, so I opened it up, but I need to charge it apparently. It wants me to charge it. Okay. Calm down, everybody. It was more intuitive than I was making it out to be. There's just you lift the flap. It's unflappable. Not really. All right, let's. I like when power adapters or power cables come with little notches. See, it came with a notch. The Pixelbook, look at that. The Pixelbook came with a notch. This is where notches belong, on cords and cables, not on screens. Okay, it kind of snaps into place, that USB-C end. And the other end goes into the holes here. These are the holes. That's the technical term. I learned everything I ever needed to know about electrical work from Seinfeld. Now, where do we find the hole for this? Is that it? Wait, there are two holes. Which hole do I plug it into? Does it matter which hole I plug it into? Let's find out. It doesn't say. It says plug your Pixelbook into charge, but it doesn't say which hole. I'm a little worried I'm going to blow this thing up. Get to know your Pixelbook. Hang on. We're on a first date. What am I learning? Your Pixelbook. Oh, Google said power button. Yeah, that was the power button, I guess. No? All right. Wish me luck. I'm going to plug it into this hole. It's got a little... It doesn't slide in, easily or immediately. You just... Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, cool. I see what everyone's saying about bezels, but that's okay. Doesn't bother me. I got a MacBook. Welcome. Oh, ask me anything. I have a Chromebook, Pixelbook. Ask me anything. Nothing exploded. I'm charging up though, I believe. Oh, it was already at let's see here. 86%. Ooh, clean. Clean, responsive. Chromey. Ooh. Had everything right too. Like the date and everything. Wow. And I guess it has a backlit keyboard too. I've come to understand. Is that... No, that's the menu. What's that? I'm just tapping buttons now. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But I've come to understand the backlit keyboard may not be evenly... The light may not be evenly distributed. That's what someone had told me on Twitter. It was Zianian. Yeah, I'm a little worried about that, about the silicon, which is nice for padding, but I'm worried it's going to gunk up, and then I'm just going to go nuts in terms of cleaning. They need to make skins for that, so that, I can cover them up somehow and not have to worry about them getting damaged. Craig Tumblinson comes in with the super chat, says, power is indeed on the left. The EC ships disconnected. Plugging it in resets that. Prevents on-shelf battery drain. Okay, cool. Well, you can plug it in on both sides then, because I'm plugged in, and it's charging. So that works for me. We have a question here from YouTube. What do you think of Chrome OS since the beta phase? I think, this is exciting for me, honestly. I liked the Chrome OS experience even years ago. I thought it was well on its way. So it's been years before I've even had a chance to try Chrome OS like this. So I am genuinely excited about it, and I look at its limitations as kind of freeing. You got to understand that, I've used an iPad, I never really figured out how to work it into a daily flow, never really needed it to be much more than this touchscreen device, and it's just been disappointing in terms of software ever since I can remember, and I'm just ready to kind of move on with life. That's really what I wanted to say about the iPad. And the Chromebook, this Chromebook, this Pixelbook is elegantly designed, elegantly potentially executed. I mean, as I look at it, it looks nice. This looks very nice. It looks very clean, uncluttered, and thin, super thin. Like this is something that, believe it or not, I could carry this around with me. Like if I was, going about the house and needed to do something with a larger screen, I could do the same thing with the iPad, yes. But it's really that spectacular in terms of its lightweightishness, like the iPad. But if its software is solid and I can do everything that I would want to do from it, I could carry this around. I could work on it on my lap, and that was something that was a little difficult to do with the iPad with its keyboard. And I never really used any of the iPad apps outright, that I may not have been able to get to from a phone. But in terms of the screen quality, man, that's sharp, man. It just looks clean. It just looks, it's nice. I think it's nice. I don't even know if I have it brightened all the way. Let me see. Can I brighten it here? Or can I brighten it here? I'm still learning my ways around. That's volume. I don't have anything else. I don't have it connected right now. That would take a little while. So I'll be able to assumedly tweak the cursor and how it works and acceleration and what have you. Someone from I'm just reading comments here. Someone from YouTube says, I have the Pixel first gen. Razer got me thinking. I'm a heavy Google service user. I mean, dang. Yeah, the Razer phone, we talked about it in last night's TLDR. I'll be doing TLDR after this video, the unboxing, we have now completed. TLDR is the live broadcast I do every day for everybody out there at youtube.com/LockerGnome. Now, I did also say that I have the pin, so let's go ahead and unbox that pin. How does the trackpad feel? Feels nice, feels clean, feels smooth, very smooth. A little smoother, yeah, just about as smooth as the MacBook that I have that's powering this particular stream. Feels solid. Does the top glass serve a purpose? What top glass? This back glass? The back glass? This? Yeah, to be able to make it such that the antenna actually work, right? For signals. So it's solid, man. Solid. I like it. It's going to get some degree of use. I just don't know how, what, when, where, because I'm not really looking to effectively migrate anything into this experience, just treating it for the experience that it is. I still am inclined to, if I like the software and can use this for doing virtually the same things as I've done on the iPad, basically selling the iPad, not just to recoup costs, but because I just wouldn't use the iPad for anything else. I think the iPad's had its day for me. Craig Tumblinson comes in with a super chat. Power is indeed on. Oh, that's the power. Yeah, I already mentioned that. Mizio comes in with a super chat saying, do you use a standard Gmail or G Suite, Chris? If you don't use G Suite account, Google Assistant won't work properly. Really? Oh, if you use a G Suite account. Yeah, Google is really weird. They, make certain features only available on a subset of, their service offerings, I should say. And G Suite apparently has always been behind the curve in terms of being able to get the latest from Google. Although I can tell you, I'm still waiting for later builds of some default apps to be pushed down to my phone. Still waiting for that. Apparently they do slow rollouts in the Android store. They do slow rollouts of updated apps like Clock and what was the one I got today? Oh, a calculator I got yesterday. Slow rollouts. And Google staggers that for whatever reason. And maybe it's just that users who are just general Gmail users don't have the same needs as G Suite users. G Suite users tend to be more enterprisey. And regular Gmail users happen to be more consumery. And there are, of course, exceptions, to this rule. But that is generally what those products are designed to be used for and by. This is the Pixelbook pen. Just the pen. Can we just call it the pen? We also have a getting started. I'm just big into skipping the whole getting started thing. Oh, it even comes with a battery. That's nice. A battery sheath. And just a regular, a quadruple A? Battery should last about a year. It's nice that they give you the battery, because I don't think anybody has, one of those just lying around necessarily. Tony Yoon asks, does the Chromebook use Windows Precision drivers? Probably not. Drunken Old Man asks, how does the keyboard feel? That is a great freaking question. Let me go ahead and spank the pen out of its box. Oh, don't need to spank the pen. It's got a pull tab. So I'm sorry for spanking the pen. I did not see the tab, everybody. Thank you for telling me that there was tab there after I didn't know. There's nothing else in the box. Just the pen. Interestingly, I don't see any replacement nubs here. Usually, I've seen pens, Wacom pens, come with, tips, replaceable tips. So it doesn't seem to have a replaceable tip at all. It's just this black tip. Let's go ahead and unscrew it. Pretty easy to do, pretty intuitive, pretty clean. The thing I like most about this is that it stands up on end. So let's make sure we're inserting it the right way. There's usually a battery icon that tells you stick it in. Of course, it's going to make me read the instructions, isn't it? Okay, where's the spring? The spring will be on that end, assumedly. And now it should work. So the question is, now that it's screwed in, can I do this? I'm kind of doing the whole thing on the screen. I don't know. How does it turn? How does it work? I know not, my liege. But look at that. It even matches everything here. Isn't that cool? I love it. Oh, it's pretty cool. Ben Rees here in Discord chat says, I personally don't think the pen is worth it. I suppose it depends on what you're using it for, but I can't see most people having a need. Maybe I'm wrong. It was more like, it was more of a curiosity. And the pen, admittedly, may go back. Because, it's $99 that I would not necessarily need to spend. But it was more like, would I use this? Is this something that is warranted? I don't draw on things. I'm not a sketch artist or anything like that. But it does feel nice. I like the idea of it. This may have been, admittedly, an impulse buy. I'm going to try it. But this may end up getting returned. The Pixelbook itself, I doubt it. Okay, so let's go. And now I have to do wacky things. So I'm not sure if I would say... I mean, the refresh rate seems to be solid. Everything's clean. I don't know if I'm getting anything here. In terms of keyboard, maybe I'm seeing slight discrepancies. Like, I was just clicking add other, and it had like an old style button, cancel and connect. That's not a good sign. The design was not cleaned up there. Keyboard seems okay. Let's try a few different... is that right? Let's see here. Seems like good travel. Yeah. Okay, I'm feeling it. Does that feel good? Yeah, it kind of felt good. It doesn't seem like the keys travel, deeply. System security setting. What's that? Secure module is being prepared. Please wait. See, again, the buttons seem to... they go back and forth in terms of... Oops, sorry. I just went back. The buttons aren't... Some of them are gray with a blue border, and the other ones are solid blue. So it's like there's not parity in the design right now, which is a little concerning to see, like, right in the setup dialog. Whether or not Google's paying attention to this, I don't know. S. Murphy says, Chris, how does it compare to the Apple Pencil? I don't know. I never got an Apple Pencil, never really felt the need. And here's why. Because the Apple Pencil was pretty much designed for people who are using it to draw and sketch. And I'm not a drawer or sketcher. But this pen could be used for drawing and sketching, and maybe some applications that have yet to be released. But more importantly, to like, if you see something on your screen that you want more information on, you can circle it, and then Google Assistant will tell you, hey, this is what's going on. This is what it is. This is who it is. So it compares because A, it can be used for something apart from drawing, and B, because it doesn't need to be recharged. You just replace the battery like once a year. So there's no awkward ports, sticking out of a hole, or no awkward, I guess, connector sticking out of a hole. I say hole because it was, remember the old Frogger episode, the Seinfeld Frogger episode? That's what I'm talking about. I never used the S Pen, JHockey17 there in Discord. Never used it. I'm not a stylus guy. My finger has always been the stylus, and I'm still inclined to use it as a use my finger as the stylus. I'm not someone who's necessarily drawing. I also don't want to give Jedi the idea. It's hard enough to have her when she touches the screen. Like, that's not a touchscreen device, honey. To use a pen. Like, can you imagine her marking up the screen? So I don't want to encourage that kind of behavior by showing her, hey, look, you could use this. And then all of a sudden I look at, why is there Sharpie all over my screen? That would be why. Suze Polo says, what will you mainly use the Pixelbook for? I know you don't really like to edit video. Well, definitely not going to use it to edit video. I don't really know. I don't yet know what that's going to be. I'm looking for it to find a place, kind of like with the iPad over the past few years. Honestly, I go all the way back to the very first release of the iPad, and I was always looking for it to do something, right? And it was nice because it was a big screen, but do something that I couldn't normally do on the desktop computer or, on the phone. But inevitably, I used my phone more and more then I use the iPad, and the iPad has been, for the most part, sidelined. So the Chromebook could very well find itself somewhat sidelined, and I don't know if that's what's going to happen. I'm going to play it naturally as anything. But again, my hope is to be able to, see where it fits. It's not my MacBook Pro, which powers the live stream and does other fancy things. It's something that's just potentially a secondary device, a larger web surfing type of device, mostly for the house, potentially for when I travel too. But apart from a couple of the design discrepancies I've noticed, it seems to be pretty solid. Yeah, it is. Again, with the pen, it was like seeing, hey, am I going to use it? If not, fine, I can send it back. It's not a big deal. So I may very well be sending it back. It's thick. It's definitely like more of a permanent pen type of feel rather than more of a pencil type of feel. Not that that's a bad thing, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. I just wanted to try it. I love trying these things. It's kind of fun. The Last Sith says, when completely folded, does the keyboard keys get in the way when you use it as a tablet in your hands? I don't know right now. I'm currently connected to the power cable, but I don't think so, and here's why. When I was holding it earlier, it didn't seem to be awkward. I didn't seem to be hitting keys because there's that space here at the top. There's about an inch of space at the top, maybe a couple of inches at the bottom, where you'd normally be holding on to the back of the tablet. Very rarely would I be holding it like this on the vertical axis. Even horizontally, if I was holding this way or the other way, you've got a great amount of padding where I think it's going to count the most specifically when holding it that way. I don't know. I haven't actually run into the problem yet, so it's that remains to be seen. No, don't worry about you're not knocking my curiosity. It's okay. I feel where you're all coming from because I kind of feel the same way. The keyboard should be non-functional at that point. Yeah, I'd assume they've actually made that a thing to not actually do what it should do when it does what it does. I would only assume that. I could be wrong. Maybe they're going to push another update down the pike. That's what it's doing right now. It is, in case you were wondering, updated. Although SkyCop70, another one of our patrons, or subs at least, says in tablet mode the keys are disabled. So there you go. You've got the answer to your question right now. Tony Yoon says, I have a few questions about that, but I'll have to wait for your one week review. Well, I will tell you what. I'm inclined to do another live video. This is not a first impressions. This is me having unboxed it and now answering questions from the community. I'll start winding down, and then maybe we can pop over to youtube.com/LockerGnome. To do the live TLDR. Keep those questions coming. I will do an initial impressions of the Chromebook probably within the next couple of days, and then of course another, after using it for a week, do another live video in this channel. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I don't see too many other questions, and I'm obviously going to get going with this as well as to start doing TLDR. Thank you for all your support, whether you did it by way of super chats, whether you've done it by way of becoming a patron or a sub of mine. That's how you access Discord chat. Easy to do. Patreon.com/Chris Pirillo or subs.twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo. It's a new link that they made live. My screen has gone black, I assume because it's rebooting. Well, maybe it wants me to end. No, it actually just said, hey, it's applying a critical update. It's critical. So I will believe you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you again for all of your support. I'm going to let you know that I'm going to be over there after that. Probably going to be recording a podcast. I don't know if you're subscribed to the podcast, but you should be. Search for Chris Pirillo in your favorite podcast reader. We are posting information on LockerGnome.com if you haven't visited there in eons. You can follow me throughout the rest of social if you want. Some people do. And they try to engage me, and then I, try to turn it around on them. When they think they got a zinger, I'm like, yeah, I'm a human being just like the rest of you. I mean, I assume you're all human beings. I know I'm a human being. I like to be treated like a human being. I assume you do as well. Tonight's TLDR may also include dinner, because I haven't eaten yet, and I'm hungry. I love you! I appreciate you, but at this point I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you.